What's going on YouTube? So I watched another movie off my Netflix account, zip.ca, awesome website. This movie's called Laid to Rest. It's kind of like a horror slasher movie. Ricky Shore did a review for it earlier and got me really excited to watch it. He showed all these kind of graphic murder scenes and stabbings and stuff. And it's alright movie as far as like slasher movies go. It's pretty above average, I'd say. Like the acting and stuff wasn't that good, but the special effects and the kills are alright. Probably could have used a little more kills in it, but still a fairly good movie. Laid to Rest is, I think it was released in 2009. It's about a girl who wakes up in a casket, and she has amnesia. She also has a big wound on the back of her head, so she's probably got a concussion, and she can't remember anything about herself. She even forgets like simple words, like she calls the casket a dead box, and she doesn't know the number for 911 and stuff. She has to see it on a posting by a phone, and she doesn't know a lot of words and stuff. And she thought she was dead for a while, and she thought maybe she should have stayed dead. But anyway, so she wakes up in this funeral home, gets out of this coffin, watches a guy get killed by this guy named Chrome Skull, and Chrome Skull's the villain. The villain's pretty cool. He's this tall, bald guy with a Chrome Skull mask, and it falls off a couple times throughout the movie, and you see him applying this like medical adhesive to it so he could glue it to his face. But I think it would have just been better off if he just had it maybe like strapped on or something. But yeah, he's a pretty cool killer, and his weapon of choice, well, he's got all these kind of he's got this metal briefcase full of like surgical tools, but mainly he uses a serrated knife like Rambo has, and he'll stab people through the cheek, and you'll see the knife come up the other side, and like cut off the top of your face and stuff like that. And it's all, the special effects in here are very graphic, very explicit, lots of graphic overkill gore and stuff, a lot of decapitations, like cut halfway through your neck and then tear off your head and stuff, and like lopping off chunks of skull. He also gets shot a lot too, so he has a human aspect to him, because he will get pain, but he never ever yells. He's very, very silent. I think the character used to be a surgeon or something, because he'll be taking out bullets out of himself. And right at the beginning of the movie, he gets hit in the eye, and you see him like, cleaning up his wounds and stuff like that, and injecting himself with this stuff from a syringe. The lead actress's name is Bobbie Sue Luther, and she's actually married to the director Robert Hall. Robert Hall's only directed one other movie that I know of called Lightning Bug, which is like this thriller drama. It also starred Kevin Gage. Kevin Gage is in the movie. He's the guy, bald guy with the beard. He was in Chaos. He was in Strangeland. He was in Heat. He was in The Burbs. Pretty good actor. Like I liked Strangeland a lot growing up, and he does an okay job in here. Like I said before, the performances aren't that good. Like it's just cheesy, like slasher movie acting. That guy's name is Sean Whalen. He kind of looks like Steve Buscemi, and he just plays a character whose mother just died, and he's a very cowardly guy. But yeah, the performances could have been a little better. The main highlight of this movie is the killing and the graphic gore and stuff. Like it's pretty good. Like they did a really good job portraying all these dead bodies and watching people get killed. But yeah, it's kind of annoying listening to this girl talk, because at first I didn't know if she had amnesia, or if she was just an idiot, and like I don't know what kind of character she's supposed to portray. But yeah, she doesn't have a lot of sense in her. But yeah, this villain isn't too hard to stop, though. Like, he does get his ass handed to him a few times in this movie, and he's always walking around with this camcorder so he can mail in tapes of his killings to the police and stuff to show him. But there's a lot of slasher movie cliches in here, like the cars are always running out of gas, and the guns are always running out of bullets, and there's this part right at the beginning where Tucker just picks up the girl. The girl doesn't have a name, so they just give her the nickname Princess. So Tucker, Stephen Gage's character, the bearded guy Tucker, picks up Princess on the side of the road, and I guess by happenstance, Tucker's wife's brother, his brother-in-law, sees them and gets his wife out of bed, and they go to his house really late at night, and they get killed by Chrome Skull. Oh yeah, Chrome Skull has a car in this movie too, and it's got a vanity plate that says Chrome Skull on it, and that's how they gave him the nickname Chrome Skull, because he drives around in this kind of black Chrysler car, and it has vanity plates on it. That part didn't make a lot of sense. And the character Chrome Skull, his history is only kind of explained. Like he was, I guess, in cahoots with the owner of the funeral home, whom he killed at the beginning, and he was just keeping all these bodies in the shed or in the barn outside, but it was never really explained why. Like, they do reveal his name and address in the movie, because they find a letter in his glove compartment, but doesn't really explain much. Like, I think he used to be a surgeon or something, or a doctor. But yeah, it was an alright movie. Like, good villain, not strong performances. Like, it wasn't all that greatly directed. Like, the storyline wasn't all that good either, but the villain was alright, and I did like the murder scenes and stuff. Like, it was above average. Like, at least it had, you know, a lot of blood and, you know, decent scares, but could have used a little more atmosphere and, like, fleshed out the story a little bit more instead of having these guys drive around in cars that are always running out of gas. And in Stephen Whalen's character, his car used to be owned by his mother, who used to be a speed demon, so it doesn't go over 40. So it's a very slow car. But yeah, it was an alright movie. I'd recommend this if you're like a horror fan slasher, because it is like a pretty superior kind of slasher movie compared to what slasher movies have come out in recent times, like Bloody Valentine and whatever other kind of Scream movies have just recently come out, Saw movies. Like, it's got pretty good gore. Oh yeah, and Stephen Whalen's character is always running around in this t-shirt that says Granny Justice on it, and it's got a picture of something that looks like his mom on it holding guns. It says Social Security, Granny Justice. I don't know if that's like an inside joke for anything, but yeah, all kinds of logic flaws in this movie, but it's a slasher movie, it's not a brain movie. But awesome, like, if you want to see people getting decapitated and their faces cut off, very good movie. Laid to Rest.